if men are complaining that they're paying money, right, and women are complaining that we only want sex, then it could look like, how about this? We both come together, we split our check, and then we don't have sex because now you're not giving your body to me, and now I'm not expecting to give your body to me, and I'm not expecting to give any money. So we're both even. A 30-day relationship protection plan. You and your partner, or not even your partner, but you and who or you are interested in, you don't exchange anything but conversation.
Time.
Yes. So you pay your half of the date, I pay my half of the date. We don't have sex. Even exchange for 30 days. And by that time, we should get to know each other. We should know about each other's finances. We should know about each other's likes or dislikes. And it's at a level where there is attraction, because that's why we're both here for that. But it'll be in a deeper, more conversative state. So after 30 days, we can decide if we continue it or we don't.
So my question is, once day 31, is he paying and she putting up?
Yeah, I need that. What is that?
Disgust me.
We had 31 days, sweetheart. Is that splat?
I know that one.
You know? And I paid the
He
date.
killed me with that one. 30.
What happens
So-
on day 31?
So day 30, the clock resets. We're now technically at day 31.
Midnight.
Right. Strikes midnight. He needs help. Dr.
Yeah.
Phil,
He's
somebody.
horny.
Right.
We need release.
Right.
So
Right.
You know what time it
About to
is.
be on that sleazy special sauce type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, you ate a lot of food in the
Right.
past 30 days and got a little buildup happening. No, I think on day 31, you should be able to come together and
Oh my God.
it's basically like
Is that
it's
when
basically vetting. We vetted each other for 30 days. And
Fine. I agree with it.
there's no
Okay, one thing I did want to say about your protection plan is I think that these should be free dates and not getting into situations where they have to go 50-50, because then
That's
that
fair.
still causes for conversation of, well, I think that a man should pay for, like, let's just take that all out of it. Let's just do a fucking picnic. Or let's, I don't know,
Yeah.
go get coffee
hiking.
and like nobody cares about the $1.50 for fucking coffee. So
yeah, but
it's like,
all right, so that's
that's-
3 dates. Were we going to eat leaves for the other 5
space
days?
them out.
Picnic
Space them out.
Okay.
30 days.
There's actually a great place in New Jersey that I'll put you on game with. I have it on my TikTok saved, and it's 100% free, except for they have a gift shop, and it's a beautiful thing. You'd want to go.
So we're talking about sightseeing. We're talking about hiking. We're talking about
Quality time.
adventures.
Potlucking a la
Look,
picnic.
I'm not. Whoa, potluck.
Potluck a la picnic, technically. Meaning
Yeah.
she's bringing some stuff, he's
Okay.
bringing some stuff, right?
Just
That's
random.
potluck
Picnic.
dish,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Right.
so there are free options available.
In 30 days, that's 4 dates once a week.
Well, that's whack. You would need more. But I
Yeah,
think I
4
like
dates, you
free
need more than
dates
4
simply
dates.
because it forces you to be creative with your partner.
Right.
You know, and I
That's
think
not your
that's what-
partner yet.
well, it forces you to be creative with the person who you have some
In
type
mind.
of interest.
Right.
Yeah. Of
I just feel like if you're just meeting this person, 4 dates to me is enough. You could get creative when that's your girl. All right, save them, keep them in your pocket for when shit.
you might
get
not
real.
make it out of. You
I'm saying.
you might not
Then
get to
can
day
save the
30.
shit. Then you can save the shit.
But that's the problem. We keep on holding on things and never giving them, and then wondering why. Well, not you specifically, but wondering why things are not going in our favor. We got to be able to come with our best. If they're coming with their best, at least meet them.
Yeah, I think that being the new landscape for dating can work totally. My thoughts are, again, what happens at day 31? Because that's easy. That
You know
sounds.
what the hell happened.
I don't know. Because I don't know if it's day 31 or do we reset the clock and now it's day 1,
No, she better have a
right? Because
work or something.
Because now this is a new phase. What'd you say? She had workers comp? What?
She needs to have work or something.
Oh, I was
It's like she has to have a valid excuse for day 31. All right. So
That's a lot of pressure.
it
No,
it
day
is.
31 can simply be like, all right, now he's taking you on y'all real first date. Not the like real, but like
A paid date.
a paid
date.
date.
the
And
investment.
But you know,
deal what
after
you
that
get
paid
after.
date,
No.
you better come with some.
So either we're gonna say that sex is sacred, or we're gonna make it just completely casual. And if so, then we just gotta blot out traditionalism. You cannot have traditionalism and then make sex trivial and casual. They don't go together. So either sex is sacred, and we have a perspective around women who just give it up easily, and they are typecasted as a woman who gives it up easily, or we're looking forward to our women holding out and not really giving it up easily because we're practicing traditionalism. Any guy knows that he could either wear a woman out or he could wait. We're talking about 30 days, right? That's 4 weeks. That's 4 dates. That's 4 times of being around her, right? Like, that's not a lot of time.
Do I
That
really
really
like
isn't.
you? So if I really like, well, I'm just thinking me. If I like you, we going on a couple dates. It ain't gonna be just one
Yeah,
a
but
week.
it's like it's not limited to just 4 times in a like.
but that's
we're
the-
talking on the phone. We're communicating on
Yeah.
maybe every day,
Getting to know each other.
every day.
You
Like
might even Netflix and chill, but really chill.
By that, we have to
that's a
think
date.
that we have to think like in real life terms, right? 30 days without spending money, without having sex. You know what that means? That means we have a lot of bandwidth to do a 30-day trial with multiple people. So to what you're describing as
You just added a variable.
I'm saying let's be honest, right? Because part of the reason why we kind of stick with what we sticking with is because one of the things is women are pair bonding, and the other thing is that men are making financial investments, and he may not want to spread it out as much, right? So I'm here, I'm cool, I'm vibing. What's the point? But if we're eliminating those factors, yeah, new variables do come up, and that new variable that comes up is that I can replicate this experience with multiple men to see which one lands with me. Because I can go to like the carnival. It's the admission is free, and maybe I have a great time at the carnival with him. But when I'm with him, it's just like, nah, I actually like going to the library with him, right? Like I get to see like what version of me do I appreciate the most, considering what guy I get to spend some time with. The only thing that I'm really making the investment in is my time. So with that concept in mind, is that being the framework and the foundation, what we're saying as 30 days is being a long time. How many partners are we sleeping with at day 31?
Well,
What if you understand what I'm saying? What if I'm feeling several guys? How do I decide now?
well, that's the problem, and I don't
That
think
changes
in the RPP,
though.
the terms and condition, it has to be if you're seeking a monogamous relationship, it should be a monogamous form of dating, which means you shouldn't be dating multiple different people for those 30 days.
or conversating with them.
Yeah, at all. Yeah, you're supposed to be dialed in, focused on whoever it is that you're dating for those 30 days.
heard it.
Simply because the problem that happens is that same woman who likes the carnival, but then at the same time likes the library, she's being fulfilled in multiple different areas. And then when one of them is stripped away, she's not realizing what's lacking. And it's the fact that somebody was fulfilling a different area in her life. Rather than actually saying, okay, let me actually, focus on this person, guy or girl, doesn't matter. Let me actually date them for, 4 weeks. And if in 4 weeks I feel fulfilled with this person, or I can see myself feeling fulfilled with this person, then I continue past, we get to pay dates and potentially sex,
Okay.
right? I think that's what it has to be.
I can date several people in a 30. Yeah, in a 30. We just described friends. I can go out with a bunch of friends in a month. In a month time, understand what I'm saying? There is no financial exchange. There is no sex. There's no sexual exchange, right? There is some level of attraction. We're just going on dates, right? Exactly. See, now your facial expression is sharing with me. I'm looking at the producer, by the way.
No, I'm talking about actually being interested in somebody outside of sex. So when you include other people and you say you're going on dates with other people,
Yeah.
then we could just cancel the protection plan. Just cancel that.
Why? Nobody's having sex.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
why can't my body be a temple like your body's a temple? Like you're telling me
Correct.
that
No one's having sex.
perfect. So if we're not having sex, can we at least share an interest and say, hey, I'm only into you and you're only into me? Or is that way too far left?
But I'm saying
world.
the whole the point.
We're making
what's
that-
what's
if you
the no?
start on
Let's
date-
drill.
Let me just give you guys an understanding of what could potentially happen with this ideology.
Okay.
If you start on day 15, November 15th with Rome, and you start on November 30th with Rico,
There's a 15 days time span. like,
yeah, which means in the middle of me dating you, you might be fucking. So it's a problem.
well, that's like okay. That's fair. That's fair, right? Because how do we elapse the time? What I'm getting at part of what I'm getting at is, what is the point of the protection plan? Is it just protecting money? Is it just protecting, not like a body count? You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that we have to decide, okay, how are we maximizing these 30 days? Because we're talking about these dates, but how are we maximizing it? And what are we using as that demarcation to know if we're going to start a new day one? There is no day 31, right? Because otherwise day 31 is just more of day 1 through 30. So there is clock stop, right? Phase is over. Phase 1 is complete. We're in phase 2. What does phase 2 look like? Is that now the opening of like a sex not on the table, or is there another level? How do we know when somebody is worth it for a man, for him to be investing financially into a woman in her life? And when is it okay for a woman to break the barrier of the sacredness of her body and say, you may now enter in open sesame?
I think the 30 days of interest is something different than you've been receiving. And if we're doing this, you're probably tired of what you've been getting. So I want you to be committed to this 30 days. So you involving somebody else.
Understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a level of interest that you have in me.
Right.
Because you've already tried to date Rico.
Right.
On the 15th. And no, I wasn't talking shit. I was just talking.
Not her.
No, you said you came on the 30th. You've already dated 2 guys in a month.
Okay, you're right.
But if we're on this protection plan, then like, let's protect our common interest of being in a monogamous relationship.
But I thought the basis of that was that she's not giving sex, and the common interest is that we are not giving what we prize the most on an individual level. I owe you nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't owe you any money. I don't owe you any sex. Shouldn't we also thereby put on, I don't owe you exclusivity? Otherwise, we're not dating. We're in a relationship. We're just
it's a trial.
Yeah.
It's a trial.
Oh, it's a trial relationship.
It's a trial. That's what it really
30
is.
days is the trial. If we're getting to know each other, like further past that, that's what I'm saying. Like that has to be part of the conversation as well.
Okay, then I don't like it.
But you
I'm
can't
not mad
call,
at you.
But no, but you
I
can't
can't do it.
call this
A trial relationship is crazy.
You're dating,
crazy.
in the dating
I think it's
phase,
I think
you're
it's-
getting to know each other. This can't be seen as a trial relationship.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because you don't even know.
I think
maybe
you're putting the word
not
trial
even
relationship on it, which is making it harder for you to say, hey, listen, I'm trying to get to know you and just you. I do want to have sex. We do want to have sex, but I'm going to take those primal urges away,
No.
and I'm not going to spend this. And you say, okay, well, I'm not.
What if within the 30 days you gave me the ick? So on day 31, I
got to
don't
know
want
the
to have
person.
sex.
That's the whole. So the whole strategy is to protect you from getting into a relationship that won't serve you.
Pause one moment before you go on.
Okay.
Which is why I declare that for this protection plan, that there's the opportunity to date more than one person should occur. Because if I'm in a vacuum of being with one person, everybody knows. If you spend a considerable amount of time with someone and you replicate this over and over and over again, you do stand the chance of having a little bit of blindness. You do stand the chance of like not really being able to see their flaws. What you actually need is the opportunity to be able to compare.
But you've
right?
had that already. That's how you got to the.
We haven't said that that it's happened. And even so, right? When I go to college, I don't take, you have to get 120 credits. I do not take one class every single semester because I want to put all of my eggs in that basket, because I want to give all of my time, dedication, energy, and opportunity to be able to study every single article and the syllabus that my professor provides. I have about 4 to 5 classes. Why? Because I don't want to be in school for 10 years versus 4.
Well,
So-
actually, it's also because you have prerequisites that actually serve no purpose to your actual major.
I'm done.
In this case, those other people that you're dating are those prerequisites. So why not just imagine if you could go to
I don't
college.
know that yet.
But what I'm saying is they are though, because the odds are.
to not.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's
you're
part
just
of the agreement.
this is like masters, okay? So in your masters,
Still taking 3 to 4 to 5
yeah, but
classes.
but everything
semester.
is on the same exact subject,
It's
right?
not.
All right. Well,
The subject is us, and if we're
It's
gonna
not.
we're gonna do this. or
No,
not.
what you guys have done is you guys have massively manipulated exactly the very framework that a lot of gentlemen like to do. If the strategy only allows for one person in that vacuum, you're setting, remember, let's put it back into context. Let's get back to the origination of it. There are 2 different distinctions on what a woman and a man is protecting. A woman is protecting sex, right? Her body. and a man is protecting his finances.
His wealth.
Right? His wealth, right? That's the argument. That is why we have two separate items on the table. What I'm saying is any woman that is likely healthy in a vacuum, maybe it will not affect a man, but a woman in that vacuum of being with one guy, of course she's not going to think to herself, we've just gone to day 30, I'm going to try somewhere else. She's pair bonding. So this guy could very well be not the best for her. So what would she be able to make that comparison to?
So
that framework doesn't work for a woman. A man can compartmentalize. A woman is going to look to connect. So if a woman doesn't give sex because that's her protective interest, because that is what is sacred for a woman. What is also sacred for a woman is the time that she's investing in a man, because we do not have the same capacity to compartmentalize the way that you do. So that puts us as a deficit. So if that's our deficit, which is that we don't get to have anybody else in the relationship, then you need a deficit in this program or this strategy.
Wait, time out. The deficit,
Yeah.
when a man decides to say, all right, I'm going to commit in a monogamous relationship, it's a lifetime deficit, right? You understand that? So now if I'm saying I'm going to do it for 30 days, he's also having the same deficit as you. You guys you're both sharing the same deficit.
She's speaking from a physiological.
No. A man can compartmentalize in a way that a woman cannot, which is why
Scratching my lip.
So we have better discernment, essentially.
I would say in a sense. I
won't argue if
you
we're
can't-
better. I'll just put my sunglasses on.
Please do. You can't put a woman in a like I said, in a controlled environment and to which she's receiving all these things and then expect for it to just break.
But what if she's not receiving them? What if at the end of the 30 days she isn't receiving?
She wouldn't. She you need context to be able to identify that.
She's saying they're easily manipulated.
Yes,
But by time and
Which is
quality time.
And men know that. Men know that. That's why you be like, yo, y'all hanging out a lot. Y'all, you sure?
It's like this.
Like we know.
So what would be our?
As a matter of fact, there's a book. I can't remember. I think his name is Iceberg or something like that. Yeah, I believe so. He breaks it down, the strategy on how to get a girl. Date her as often as you can. Be with her as often as you can. Isolation. Be with her as often as you can. That can work for the gentleman. I understand why you guys would say, hey, no, why would she be distracted? Right? You guys can compartmentalize. And no, she needs the distraction.
But doesn't
She needs a little bit. I'm not saying a heavy amount, right? I'm just saying she needs a little bit of distraction so that she can discern. She cannot discern when she only has one thing to focus on.
So
that's a relationship.
Pair bonding.
It sounded like not you, but it's saying she needs a distraction so she can discern
Yes.
to still pick the wrong nigga.
Is she? Is she?
To get us here, yes, because
Is she?
you got here. Because
Women don't date multiple people at the same time.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not.
Amanda.
No, they do not. No, they do not. That's why they have coaches. They have dating coaches that encourage women to do so. Women find it extremely hard to do that, which is why they pick the wrong Negro.
Nah, you know how many times I spoke to a woman in my life and they said, I want to let you know you're not the only person I'm speaking to. And I said, that's fine. It's the same here.
That's not that's a dude from the recycling bin. That's not a new person that she just met that with the intention of dating. That's someone in her rotation that she enjoys, she likes, she can't get rid of him, and he is probably very much a threat. I'm not recommending that. What I'm recommending is that the reason why we have this scenario of women picking the wrong man or the wrong Negro all the time is because women make the investment, right? Up front, they're pair bonding. We know what pair bonding is. We know what that looks like. In order to pair bond, there needs to be none other. In order to interrupt pair bonding, right? Pair bonding can happen phase 2. Phase 2, we could decide, I don't want nobody else. I'm focusing on you.
Okay.
That 30-day time frame, there needs to be a little bit of freedom in order for her to be able to say, okay, I feel most at home here or I don't feel at home here. But shoot, if y'all going on dates 2 times a week for 4 weeks, 8 dates or whatever, you're talking on the phone all the time, she's not talking to anybody else. To you, that's the protection plan. To her, she's in a relationship at this point.
But what I'm trying to say, I think the part that you're missing is that she is not contractually contractually signed to go and complete 30 days.
Yeah.
If they date 2, she don't like him, she bounces.
You're the same gentleman who said that you understand and you know women.
Yeah, but it's
Okay, so-
I'm a real like the
So-
difference
The
is
back of his hand.
Oh,
the difference is like I'm not gonna lie. There's not many women experts. So for me, it didn't matter if it was 12 months or 30 days. I'm gonna come out a winner. But for the average man, right, it's going to. They're not gonna be able to. It'll help filter out a lot of the bullshit. That's what I'm trying. What I think we're trying to say.
Yeah, I don't see this on a mainstream level working for women at large if she's spending a time frame of 30 days in a vacuum with one man giving her the attention, the time in that honeymoon phase. And thinking that that's what their relationship is going to look like going forward. Like
but then what about the women that say they can only date one person at a time?
that's to your point why we have a lot of women that say they date wrong. They pick the wrong person.
Okay.
Because they won't let go. That's why we have people that their Instagram account has let go in it and they're talking to women.
Oh,
like
shit.
learn how to let go. That's why that exists because we know that women can't. So
Yeah.
we need to put women in an environment where they have the option to do so.
But that sounds more foolish. If you don't have the ability to let go of one, you're not gonna have the ability to let go of many.
That's ridiculous.
The only way that
If you understand women, then you know what you said doesn't make any
the
sense.
thing is they will let go, but they don't because women are like the epitome of the green recycle can. Because if it doesn't work here, you're gonna go back and pick up the ones that you let go for me over there, and then try that over again. And you're just constantly recycling. But I also feel like if you want quality time, and you want somebody that's gonna actually be
Invested in you.
yeah,
like
invested
said
in you.
want. I feel like for myself, and I'll speak for myself as a man, not all men, that's just confusing. Like this whole process of how you guys are vetting, but not vetting, and wanting to pick the right one while picking the wrong one because you were too close to this one when you should have had others, but you don't want to be around others. You can only be with this one, and then complain, and then now you're venting on the internet that you need to let go while talking to other women that are doing the same thing. That makes no sense.